This is Bangarang Radio, a podcast network. For more shows, visit bangarangradio.com.
I'm going out, I gotta go. I'll bangarang on the radio. So turn it up, I'm telling you. I think I'm ready for something new. Hey, hello, it's nice to meet ya. Hey, come in and have a slice of pizza. Hey, hello, it's nice to meet ya. Hey, come in and have a slice of pizza. You're listening to Pop Punk and Pizza on Bangarang Radio.
All right, so time to introduce our guest to you, one of my favorite bands from the Northwest Indiana area. Let's get the drum roll going here. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Get By.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, please, no. Hold the applause. Hold the applause.
Yes.
All right, so let's start from...
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I like I said, I haven't done this in a long time. I'm honestly a little nervous. It's just been so long. It's like trying to get your head back into the game.
Yeah.
And I just it's rough. But anyway, so yeah, let's go down the line and say everybody's names and that way we know who's who.
I am Josh.
I'm Jack.
I'm Chris.
I'm Andrew.
All right. Well, it's nice to see you guys again.
Thank you.
too.
And
Yeah,
a lot of
this is-
people don't know this is just between like us, is that you guys were here, you did an episode before, and then it turned out to be complete crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we suck.
It had nothing to do. It was a really great show. It was a really great episode, but the audio there was a big glitch in it,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't usable, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so
it was a bummer, but it happens. You know, we're happy to be back. So.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I'm glad to
definitely.
have you guys back, and trying to do something a little different on the show this time. We're gonna make it more of like a storyteller, live acoustic performances. I'm gonna try to do that on each and every show now, and so in just a little bit, we're gonna you guys are gonna grab your acoustic out and do a couple songs from your 2 EPs. So
Yep.
it's hard to believe it's been a month already since your latest EP came out.
Yeah.
So-
It flew by.
Uh-huh.
And I love the name of it because your name is Get By, obviously,
Yeah.
and then there's like ... or die.
Yeah.
So, and then the front cover, is that a playoff? It's a playoff of The Walking Dead, right?
not-
or no?
Not really. It's. I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I mean, some of us are fans of it. Larry just likes making kind of like darker artwork.
Okay.
And so, the whole baseball bat with the nails in it, kind of.
Yeah, he was throwing together like a whole like hardcore band kind of thing, and he felt like the nail bats just kind of went along with the whole hardcore band look, and even though we're not really a hardcore band, but it was just kind of a fun thing to do, and
Yeah.
and we ran with it. It's on our banner. It's on all of our merch now.
Speaking of, thanks for the shirt and the
Oh, no
CD and the
Yeah, no.
and the patch. You guys have patches.
Yes, we do.
Which
Yes,
I
we
love.
do.
When I was a kid, I had this shirt that I had my mom sew patches into it,
Yeah.
and I thought I was so cool. I had I think I had an MXPX one. I had
Nice.
a Goldfinger one, maybe.
Oh, sick.
I don't remember. I didn't have too many, but I was just starting out, and then patches kind of died off, and then I don't know. I guess
know
they're
why.
Coming back.
they are
yeah.
coming
Best
back.
Style that people are putting on
Yeah,
the
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it. So, did you guys record this EP at the same place you did
Oh, yeah.
before?
Same place. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
And I was gonna say I loved the first EP.
Thank you.
And the second one, it's different, but it's still got a lot of the same writing styles and things like that.
Yeah.
So one thing I did notice is it's like the first EP, but it's got a little more edge to it. There's a little more hard taste in there, the hard music, I guess.
It seems like the more we write,
The
each
heavier-
song keeps getting a little heavier
a
and
little
heavier.
heavier,
We
but
were actually working on some new stuff last night at practice, and it's the heaviest stuff we've ever written.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those things we just like, we all have like different aspects of music that we listen to and like to incorporate. So, it's nice being able to kind of branch out a little bit here and there, and have some heavy aspects filter into the whole pop punk thing. So, we try to incorporate as much as possible, but then we'll end up hearing one of us will suggest a heavy riff, and we're all just like, "Yep, that's it. Keep going."
It's gotta be it.
Yep.
And I mean, that's what a lot of bands do nowadays anyway. I mean, most pop punk bands do. They have their breakdowns or their heavier parts. But I just noticed you had some more, I don't know, 4 Year Strong, or there was a couple more 4 Year Strong moments that I heard.
I absolutely agree with that.
I mean, I know you guys probably listen to 4 Year Strong.
Yeah.
Even as we were writing it, I kept thinking to myself, this sounds very 4 Year Strong or A Day to Remember, that kind of that style.
I like 4 Year Strong a lot. I just, for some reason, I don't enjoy them live. And I know a lot of people are probably, dissing me for that right now. But I don't know what it is. It's not that they're bad live.
I saw them a few years back touring with Bayside, and it was a good show, but they definitely they weren't the highlight of the bill. It was a good performance, but it
I guess my beef is I saw them at Warped Tour last summer, and they were just they shouted they screamed the whole time.
Yeah.
And you listen to any of their songs, they don't shout or scream the whole time.
It's almost like they studio sing, but they don't live sing.
Yeah, it was they didn't mix it up like they do on the actual recordings.
Right.
And I know most bands are different live, but I guess I was just kind of disappointed because they really do have good voices.
Absolutely.
Good singing voices besides their screaming and yelling, which is just as great, just as good. But I was just kind of disappointed because I like that combo because it's overwhelming if it's, for me anyway, it's all overwhelming if it's just one thing.
Yeah.
I think one of our big things too is even when we're in the studio is we're always conscious of the fact that we want to be able to do whatever we're doing in the studio live. That's always been something we've been pushing for. So even if it means drawing back on a couple things, we don't want people to hear our EP and love it and then come to hear us live and us fall short. So that's something we're always striving for, is to be able to produce live what we're doing on the album. So
and I think more bands are actually getting that way. I remember one of the last records that I was on and recorded, that our producer and engineer was not going over the top like he normally did in all of his other projects, because he believes in, when you go to see a band, you want to hear, or when you listen to that band, you listen to the record, and when you go see them live, you want to hear what they're going to do in the studio. So if you don't have the budget to bring out all the backup vocalists and the synths and the whatever it is,
then don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of bands these days using backing tracks, their shows. They play to a click track and all that, which is fine, as long as you do it right.
Right.
So
as long as you can replicate it.
And there's a lot of bands that do it. A great band that does it well is Famous Last Words, who I've had here on the show 2 times, I think. They do a really good job at it. They're on the heavier side of things. They're not pop punk by any means, even though their drummer is like a huge pop punk fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do a great job at it. So, but you guys are just pretty much straightforward. You guys don't have any backing tracks. So.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, even when it comes to recording, it's basically, I lay my parts down, Larry lays his down, and there's some layering, but I mean, it's nothing that's we can't replicate,
right?
Yeah. And I think that's what's really cool too about that EP, is that it's pretty just, the guitars are pretty straightforward, and there's not 100 parts going on. It's you got your rhythm, you got your lead, and that's just it.
Even the gang chant parts, we try not to make them too thick, because we try to do that as the best we can with just 5 guys in the band.
Yeah. Definitely made that mistake before too.
Yeah.
And I love them. I love them when they're super thick and you listen to it and it gives you goosebumps.
Right.
But then when you do it live, it doesn't have the balls that it does on the recording. So.
And you always hope everybo's going to be chanting along with you.
But most of the time
nobody
they're not.
knows the song.
Yeah. Most of the time it's just the 3 or 4 of you, or whoever's doing it. Yeah, I agree. What do you think the biggest difference is between your first EP, The Youth Is Faded, and then Get By or Die?
I think a lot of it is just like we're more open to doing new things. Like a lot of it, you know, we wanted to have that like pop punk aspect, but in the same breath, we wanted to have like, we wanted to be able to say, hey, you know, we're gonna play a little bit more like, a little bit more complicated riffs, a little bit more shreddy stuff, and then, you know, when it comes time to, you know, bust out a soft part and, you know, sing some woes, do it. Why not?
right.
You know, to where it was a little bit more open on what to do and what we think we should do, and you know, it was just initially just having fun with it.
Yeah,
We
agreed.
also now not of course not knowing which songs on this EP we wrote first, you probably can't tell the difference. But even just for myself, listening to the 5 songs on the new EP, you can definitely hear from the first song out of those 5 that we wrote to the last song out of the 5. We even just evolved through the writing of this EP. You know, like the style changed a little bit. We just tried to, you know, I think everybody just kind of found their element while we were writing this EP, and by the time we wrote the last song for it, everybody was just where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know.
I was gonna say actually the same thing. That's what I noticed. The first couple tracks, it was 6 songs, right?
It's 6
Or it's
tracks
si-
with 5
Oh,
songs and an intro.
Oh,
track,
that's
yeah.
right. I love the intro, by the way. The intro is hilarious. No, that's one thing I did notice is the first couple tracks were kind of like, you know, the Youth Has Faded sound.
Yeah.
And then later, you know, the last couple songs, I'm like, oh, this is different. And that's
Yeah.
where I'm thinking, oh, okay. These songs must have been written later or something along those lines.
Yeah,
or just you wanted to have variety, which is always good.
A couple of those songs, I know at least one of them we had written actually before we even released Our Youth Is Faded, because we played one of those songs at our EP release show last year.
Right.
And then the second one we were working on. So we started working on this EP at least a year ago.
Yeah.
And like I said, we by the time we finished up and got the last of the songs written, I think we each really found our own place, you know, where we wanted to be on it. So
Well, it was a while ago when you guys were here to do that unreleased episode.
yeah. I think
I can't even remember what month that was.
if I
Had to
had
have
to
been-
guess, I want to say maybe October-ish or
Was it that
cold,
long
November.
ago?
It was
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
It was.
October
It
or
was
November?
It was somewhere in the fall or the winter.
Yeah.
So that's been a while.
Yeah.
So I mean, even then, I don't think you guys were in the recording process quite yet. I think you were writing.
You know,
Just starting.
we just started.
Yeah, we recorded this one for a while. It took us a
Oh,
while.
okay. I couldn't remember. I knew you were talking
I
about.
just had
You were
drums
working
done.
on the. What's that?
I think we just maybe just had drums.
Drums.
done.
Okay. Did you end up, Chris? Did you end up doing vocals down in New Orleans?
No,
Or in
actually,
Louisiana.
we were able to schedule it so that on I was coming home one weekend a month, and we were able to schedule it so that I'd be in the studio during those weekends home, and I got everything done up here.
Oh, which is good. I mean, that saves you money. But it
Yeah.
would have been cool to be like, hey, I recorded
I
at
know.
Muscle Shoals.
I know. I looked into a bunch of studios down there. There was a lot of cool spots, but we wanted to make sure, for one thing, the other guys could be there while I was recording to give me notes and stuff, so I wouldn't have to send tracks and then they send them back.
That would be
It
a
would have been
big
overly
pain in the
complicated.
butt.
It probably
We
would
could
have taken a whole
do
extra
like
year.
a live Facebook stream
Yeah.
of it, but then everyone would have to be off work at that time, and
Right.
yeah, it would be
So-
be a little more steps to that one. But,
It was already complicated enough as it was.
Oh, yeah.
Without
Oh, yeah.
adding that extra element
Oh
into
yeah,
it. So
definitely. I agree with that. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the release show. I
Oh,
really
no
wanted
worries.
to be there.
Don't worry
It's
about it, man.
it's
no worries.
you know, Chris, you know how it goes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like just been like a huge adjustment trying to get into like the family mode and the dad
Right.
mode, and you know.
Congratulations, but I know I've said
yeah,
it,
Thank
but
you guys.
Officially, congratulations
Thank you.
on air now.
Yeah, thank you so much. I want to say congratulations to you. You're engaged now.
Oh, thank you very much.
So-
yes. And
Yes.
Andrew just got
married.
Yeah.
You just
Yep.
got married?
Yep.
Oh, snap, dude. Well, congratulations to you. Where'd you
Oh,
guys have the
snap.
wedding?
I haven't heard that.
Where'd you guys have the wedding?
The fairgrounds, Lake County Fairgrounds. In
Oh,
Crown
okay.
Point.
Yeah. I know where that's at.
Nice, small. We had a taco guy come out and make some great
so
food.
awesome.
Is that like your thing? Is tacos? I mean, that's actually what we're eating for Pop Punkin' Pizza
Yeah,
Day. Is a
yeah.
taco pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Me
think
and my
tacos
wife,
are.
we love real good Mexican food and barbecue, so we're like,
Okay.
can't go wrong with tacos.
Heck
Everyone
no,
loves
man.
tacos.
Heck no. That's awesome. Well, congratulations,
Thank you, man.
dude.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I know. I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm brain farting already. But yeah, congratulations on the CD release show. And did it go well?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it was the best
so
show we
good.
played. The best show we played. There were great bands on the bill. We had a great turnout, way better than I was expecting. Even at the beginning of the night when people were filtering into the bar, it just didn't seem like it was going to be that busy. But by the end of the night, and even for the first couple of bands, there was a good crowd. But it just seemed, as soon as we got up on stage, I saw how full the room was, and it was a great turnout. We had a great time.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. But one of these days, I got to make it out to a show.
Oh, for sure, man. Well, we're gonna start booking a lot more now, we can get this music out there and get people hearing it. So
well, I know that you guys are going to be playing with Lucky Boys Confusion now.
Yes.
You were supposed to play with Eve 6, then Eve 6 had to reschedule,
and they rescheduled for a Thursday, and I can't make it back into town for the Thursday. So.
But the Lucky Boys Confusion show at Big Shots in Valparaiso, there's 2 shows, right? Is there 2 Lucky Boys shows, or am I making that up?
I don't know, actually. I think it's just the one. They're playing
the 16th, right?
June 16th.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's a Big Shots in Valpo. And yeah, we got kind of. I don't know if the bill was full or if he just squeezed us in for another spot. But the promoter on the venue, as soon as he got a hold of me about rescheduling the Eve 6 show, I said, hey, we can't really do it that date. And I was like, what about this Friday show? I think we'd kind of fit that bill too, which I think we fit that bill better than the Eve 6 show.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I don't know. For some reason, I thought when I read the event online, it said 2 shows, but I must have this was on Big Shots page.
Okay.
I must have misread it. But anyway, I might go out to that show because there's also actually a band from Kankakee that's playing up there that are friends of mine, Carrying Torches.
Oh yeah.
And they've been on the show before. They're coming back on the show because they're releasing an EP in just a couple weeks.
Okay,
sweet.
So
nice.
the first part of June. So I thought if you guys are playing and Carrying Torches is playing, it's like, well, that's like killing 2 birds with one stone.
Absolutely.
It's like I gotta go. And actually, I feel bad. I had an interview lined up with Stubby from Lucky Boys right around the time that my son was born, and this was in March. So he had just been a couple weeks old, and I didn't realize how crazy it was going to be having a newborn. Yeah. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this interview. And I had to cancel with him, and I still haven't rescheduled with him, and I feel bad for not getting back with him. But hopefully, maybe I can get something going with Stubby before that Big Shots show,
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel so bad. It just like hits you like no other. And it's all good. It's all good stuff. But at the same time, it just turns your world upside down.
It's good chaos.
It's good chaos. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking
Absolutely.
about.
And Andrew too. He's got little ones too.
Oh, you do? I thought Chris was the only one.
Nope, I got 2.
Okay.
A 1-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And
yeah.
Chris, how many?
I have 3. I've got 2 3-year-olds and a 6-year-old.
Oh, you have twins?
Well, no. One of them is my fiance's. One of them is mine.
Gotcha. I was going to say,
yeah, they're only a month apart, so it's like having twins. It's
at that point, it would be.
Yeah.
I love reading some of your posts about your kids. The latest one with the Vaseline on the carpet, right? What were they doing?
So we I was sitting in the living room watching TV, and I noticed that the girls had run off to play, and sometimes they play real nice together. Sometimes they just, they hit and kick, and, typical 3-year-old stuff.
Oh, sure.
But this time we're sitting in the living room watching TV, and I noticed that the apartment was eerily quiet, and that's never a good thing when you got 2 3-year-olds in the house. So I went to go check on them, and I found them in my bedroom closet with a tub of Vaseline. We had the Vaseline out because me and my fiance had just gotten tattoos last week.
Okay,
and so
gotcha.
we were, so we had it out and ready, and they grabbed it and smeared it all over our carpet, and they were rubbing it in between the pages on their books. They painted their faces with it, and it was a mess.
So what did you guys end up doing to get it out?
Well, we have a carpet cleaner, and my fiance got to work on it like immediately, and
because otherwise
it came up pretty quick, so we got lucky.
Good, yeah, because it's water based too.
Yeah.
Besides the petroleum that's in it.
It could have been way worse, but man,
well,
that stuff
especially
is a slippery mess. So.
Yeah, I bet, especially if it was just sitting there for a while.
Yeah.
But you I'm glad you guys got it up because that's a pain in the butt.
I'm glad we got it up too.
I'm definitely not looking forward to those days.
Oh, you'll have plenty of them. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Your time's coming.
My son just turned 3 months old today.
Yeah.
So, and it's hard to believe it's been 3 months already.
It
It's
goes
just
by
crazy.
quick, man.
And he's starting to do that, the cooing thing is
Yeah.
what they call it.
Nice.
He's starting to talk a little bit, like the early stages. So he's making those
Discovering his
noises,
voice. Yeah.
smiling a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. And it keeps us busy. But I think we should take a little break, and then we'll come back and we'll do some live acoustic songs. How about that? Does that sound good, guys?
Oh, it sounds great.
All right, cool. Hey, it's Jacques LaMore here, your host for Pop Punk and Pizza, and also the creator of BangeranGradio.com. I just got to plug our sponsors here real quick. The first one is Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/BangeranGradio to get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial. They have over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. So again, audibletrial.com/BangeranGradio to get that free audiobook download and 30-day free trial. The next one is Blueberry Podcast Hosting. Now, Blueberry is what I use for podcast hosting and stats here at Bangerang Radio. So if you're thinking, hey, I want to start a podcast, or hey, I need a better website to host my podcast, Blueberry is really a good one. Blueberry, by the way, is spelled Blubrry. So go to blueberry.com, and when you check out, make sure you use the promo code Bangerang Radio for 1 free month of hosting. It integrates really well with your WordPress website, if that's what you use. So again, Blueberry is spelled Blubrry. So go to blueberry.com and use that promo code Bangerang Radio for 1 free month of hosting. So please support our sponsors, because when you support them, we actually get a little money here at Bangerang Radio, and we could certainly use it. So thank you so much for listening to all the podcasts here at BangerangRadio.com, and we'll get back to the show. All right, so we're back here on Pop Punk and Pizza with Get By, and we're going to do, believe this is the first time we've done this on the show, is have acoustic performances, and we're going to try to do this every single show now when we can. Obviously, I can't do it when there's a phone interview and stuff like that, but when bands and artists can come out here to our little hideaway in my parents' basement, we can have some performances. So let's start it off. What's the song you guys are going to play first?
Are we doing Stuff Your Sorries?
Stuff Your Sorries.
This first one's Stuff Your Sorries in a Sack. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
First one's Stuff Your Sorries in a Sack. This was the first single we released off the EP. The EP version's featuring Dave Gomez from Night Terrors on guest vocals, which he killed it on the track. So yeah, shout out to Dave. This song, just to give you a little background on it, this song was really written about this one specific night that me and Larry and a couple of our other buddies were out drinking at the bar, and I got really hammered and belligerent just because that's what I used to do back in the day. And the one of our friends, to save me from myself, took off with my car, stole my car, and I just remember being really pissed about it. So I kind of just reversed the roles in the song and wrote a song about like apologizing for being a dick to somebody, you know.
Nice.
So that's basically what the track is about.
All right, and you can move the mic any place you need to.
I'll belt it out, so I'll just kind of stand back a little bit.
Okay,
so.
sure. All right, here we go.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
Have at it, broski.
When I'm dead and gone, will I still be in your memory? Or will you just get pissed off every time that you think of me? I never wanted to end like this. This is my apology. As I fall, I think of things I've done and it makes me sick. After all, our lives are way too short for me to be such a dick. For me to be
like remember the time when we got drunk at the bar. And I got shit-faced on rum, then I stole your car. And as you're walking yourself back home, you found it wrapped around a tree. And I'm sorry as I fall. I think of things I've done and it makes me sick. After all, our lives are way too short for me to be such a dick. For me to be such a dick.
Said it's over. You looked into my eyes and took the knives right out of my side. I'm sorry I needed a constant reminder, forever bleeding out from my side. Don't tell me that I'm wrong for wanting more of the life I've always known. Did I say too much to ruin us? 'Cause I don't feel like I'm getting through to you. Through to you.
Woo, yay!
Side note, I didn't actually wreck a car, and neither did he. I was just
Okay.
just threw that in for a little extra flair.
My question was going to be, what did you get shit-faced on?
Rum.
Rum? Oh,
Yeah,
just
that-
yeah. Okay.
Well, Captain and Cokes, man, that's my thing.
Okay. So is Captain your go-to rum
Yeah.
then? All right. I used to do a lot of rum and coke.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, definitely.
It's tasty.
Yeah,
It goes down
it's-
easy.
It's been a while since I had some rum.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I had some
It's only
rum.
been like 2 days.
Yeah, what flavor cold beverage you put with your
Cold drink.
Some cold drink if you're down in
Very specific.
Louisiana there.
Very specific.
Yeah, we were talking before we went on started to record that the different parts of the country, how it's soda or pop and apparently
yeah.
cold drink and
Yeah, New Orleans.
or what's Coke in Georgia.
Yeah,
everything's
yeah.
Coke. Yeah.
Yeah, New
Yeah, I'd like a
Orleans-
Coke. Okay, what kind?
the guys-
Sprite.
The guys,
Right.
the guys I work with in Louisiana always make fun of me for saying pop, and they always make fun of me for saying you guys instead of saying y'all, and
It's faster to say y'all, apparently.
Yeah,
I guess it is. Y'all want to go here? Y'all want to go there? Well, I love it. I love your voice, man. I love.
Thank you.
Actually, you guys, your melodies or your harmonies go so well together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what's the next song we got up?
Next song we're gonna do is off of our first EP. This one's called American Legion. Now this song was written about it's basically something that I think every musician can relate to. It's about those shows that you play when you're young, you know, just at honestly, even now, you know, now that I'm 31 and I'm still playing Legion Hall kind of shows, you know, about how much it means when people come out and support your bands, you know, hearing you do something that you're passionate about, and like just for those few minutes on stage for those 10 people in the audience, it's like it means the world.
Everything. Yep.
So support your local musicians, everybody.
Well said.
So far, so long. Next show, next song. Our sweat, our blood. This stage, our love. Pouring out our hearts on stage this weekend. Giving everything that we have time and time again. And everyone came to sing with me. And I know everything we do won't matter in the end, but it's everything right now. And I know that we'll set it again, but it's all that we know how. So far, so long. Next show, next song. One set, one night. Play hard, play right. Pouring out our hearts on stage this weekend. We've given everything that we have, time and time again. I know everything we do won't matter in the end, but it's everything right now. And I know that we'll set it up just to tear it down again, but it's all that we know how. And everyone came to sing with me. Everyone came to sing with me. With me. And everyone came to sing. Yay!
Woo! All right. So, which American Legion was, or did you actually play an American Legion, or was it just like one of those small community halls?
Oh, yeah.
Which American Legion did you guys rock?
I played Cedar Lake, played Lowell, played
Highland.
Highland was a big one. The Lake Station Eagles Club.
Eagles. Yep.
The Lake Station Eagles Club had some killer shows back in the day.
Always. They were always so good.
But after, back in the day, like people would start trashing the places, and they started getting shut down one after another.
Yes.
So you actually can't really get a show at a Legion anymore. I think they started
wised
opening
up.
Yeah, I think they started opening up the Lowell, Indiana American Legion on Route 2. I think they just did a show there semi-recently with, was it Knockout Kid? But
Is Knockout Kid still around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some friends of ours did the show there. If it went through, I was in Louisiana when it happened. Otherwise,
Right.
so I wasn't able to attend. But I remember them booking it. But the shows we've been doing now are like bar shows. But I mean, those Legion shows used to be everything back.
Oh,
in the
I
day.
agree, and they still are, but like you
Yeah.
said, they don't really do them anymore.
Yeah, it's harder and harder to find.
People ruin it. I remember I relate really well to this song. It's one of my favorites by you guys because my brother and I, it wasn't an American Legion. It was actually the community center here in town.
Okay.
We would rent that out all the time and put on our own shows.
Yeah.
We'd bring our PA out there, book all the bands, and actually everyone would make a decent cut most times. It wasn't like a huge room, but pay $5 or $6, and 50 people show up, or however many people show up, and we'd usually split it up pretty evenly, or pretty fair.
Yeah.
And it was a good night for everybody.
Yeah.
And then one of the last shows we did there, someone ruined it because they broke something, and it was actually under new management, and the lady bitched about it, and it was just some really simple ornaments that got broke on a Christmas tree,
Right.
and that's all it took. It was
Right.
just it was stupid. The lady that used to work there, that we booked shows through all the time, she was so sweet, and an old lady that was always just supportive of the youth in the community, and she passed away, and it was just kind of a bummer,
Yeah.
But anyway, I know exactly what you're talking about, and there's scenes like that all over the U.S., and that's so cool. It's so cool, and very grateful that we have those.
That's where it all comes from.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you guys playing a couple more, or just one more?
I think
Whatever
we
you guys
got
want to
one
do.
more.
Yeah, we could try to. I mean, let's see how this one
We'll start with one.
All right.
Let's play it safe.
All right, so let's talk about the next one.
This one is called Fake Taxi.
I love this one.
This one I wrote about my now fiance. So she's a girl that I've known for years and years and years, and Back in the day, before we were dating or anything, there was a night that I was trying to convince her to come out with me, just to go hang out or whatever. And I was right down the street from her house because I had friends that lived down the street from her house. So I was literally sitting in my car texting her all night, trying to get her to come out with me. And that's what this whole song is written about, is basically that night that I was trying to get her to come out, and then the night that she finally did come out with me years later. So, and now we're engaged. So
Congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
That's so awesome.
Thank you.
Outside alone, I'm waiting under the streetlights flickering. Damn, knot in my stomach sickening, but I'm not giving up. See your silhouette. I call, you can't come out just yet. T-shirt is soaking up my sweat, but I need you, so don't stand me up tonight. Give me a chance to treat you right. I won't leave without a fight, so just come with me, so I can sweep you off your feet, so you can tell me that I'm sweet, and maybe bang in my backseat. So just come out tonight. You walk out, you're dressed in lace and black. I'm about to have a heart attack. Grab drinks while I try to relax, but I'm not giving up. I know that you can smell my fear. You lean in to whisper in my ear, soft voice says, let's get out of here. And it's time tonight, so don't stand me up tonight. Give me a chance to treat you right. I won't leave without a fight, so just come with me, so I can sweep you off your feet, so you can tell me that I'm sweet, and maybe bang in my backseat. So just come out tonight. So don't stand me up tonight. Give me a chance to treat you right. I won't leave without a fight, so just come with me, so I can sweep you off your feet, so you can tell me that I'm sweet, and maybe bang in my backseat. So just come out tonight. I can sweep you off your feet, so I can sweep you off your feet, and maybe bang in my backseat. So just come out tonight.
Yay! Woo! All right. I love that song.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, did you bang in the back seat?
Eventually, yeah.
Do people so people still do that? Because with the way cars are made nowadays, how is that?
I had an SUV, it was
Oh,
a
okay.
little
Well,
roomier.
okay, that's different. If you have an SUV or maybe a minivan, but I know back in the day, cars had a big bench
Yeah.
seat, and it was easier. I don't know.
Well,
but
SUVs are not. I'm not gonna say comfy, but comfier.
yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Then if you just had like a Honda or something, a Accord or a Civic or whatever.
or,
so.
to pull a Mallrats. What, like the backseat of a Volkswagen?
That's a movie I haven't seen in
I
forever.
know, right?
All right, so that's Get By. Thank you guys so much for coming by.
Oh well, thank you for having us
No
again.
problem.
And you can get their latest EP called Or Die. I mean, I like to say Get By or Die because it just flows so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's Bandcamp. It's on Bandcamp.
Yep, getby.bandcamp.com is available there, along with our first EP. We also have our merch store is getby.bigcartel.com. And we have our
There you
adjust
go.
the microphone. Our next show, like you were saying earlier, Friday, June 16th at Big Shots in Valparaiso. We're opening for Lucky Boys Confusion. They're dropping a new they just dropped some new music this year, and
Yeah, I've been listening to that
yeah,
record.
they're
It's
getting back
good.
out there, and
Yeah.
it's just as good as it's always been, you know. So
I love it.
We're really pumped about that show. So June 16th at Big Shots in Valpo. You can get the tickets in our merch store on our Bandcamp page. Pre-order the tickets, and you'll get a free digital copy of our EP.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice, man.
yeah, like I said, getbuy.bandcamp.com. So,
Okay. How much are tickets, by the way?
$13 pre-sale. I'm guessing they'll probably be about $15 or $16 at the door, something
Yeah,
like that.
that
So,
sounds about right.
yeah. So $13 if you order ahead of time, though.
Cool.
So-
I'm really hoping I can make it out to that show.
Well, come on out.
Yeah.
man.
Us
We'd
too.
love to
I
have you
haven't been to Valpo in so long.
there.
It's been a really long
It's a nice
time.
spot. That's our EP release show was just in Valpo, and there's a good crowd. So
I've never been to
that
Big
way.
Shots either.
It's
I've-
a cool
I've
venue.
I've
It's
seen
really cool
pictures.
venue.
Yeah, it looks
It's great
interesting.
stage, great room. It's a nice place. And they've got some good shows that come in there. You know, they're booking there constantly. So
Yeah, I see that.
So it's a good place. So you should definitely check it out.
Awesome. Yeah, well, I hope to. And your EP is also available on like iTunes and Spotify and stuff like that too,
you can
right?
get it just about everywhere. I believe I know Amazon was a few days behind, but I think Amazon's finally got it. So iTunes, Spotify, Amazon. Yeah, maybe that's it.
But
Bandcamp.
the best place to get it though is at a show.
Yeah,
you got a
absolutely.
physical copy for me here, so
Yep.
thank you so much for
You're
that.
very welcome.
And because I like I said, I have the digital version, but I
Yeah.
don't have the CDs. I love popping CDs in my car.
I know, me too. And this is honestly, I don't know how the other guys feel about it. I was really excited about it. This is the first time I've ever had a professionally pressed CD.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, I was
Wow.
really stoked about this.
Awesome. Well, hey, it's always a cool feeling to have it physically in your hands
Right.
and not
Absolutely.
just
Right.
not just online. I always think it's cool to have it pressed in vinyl or a CD versus. I mean, you got to have the digital too, but
Right.
there's nothing like having a copy in your hands, even if you just
Absolutely.
have a couple for yourself, just
Yeah.
for you.
Absolutely.
Maybe not for fans, but. So yeah, please check out Get By. What's your socials too? Your social medias?
Well, we're Get By NWI on Twitter and Instagram, I believe. I don't remember. I think you could just look for us on Facebook. Just search for Get By, and our page will come right up.
Just look for the bats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look for the bats, the
There you go.
nail bat logo.
Yes.
What else are we on? See, this is Larry's our social media
Yeah.
guy. Of
Oh,
course, he's
yeah.
not here today to plug it. So
Of course, I was gonna say I
He's
think
probably typing, just like
actually
fail.
I don't see unless he's typing on yours. He's not typing on the Pop Punk and Pizza page. But I believe Twitter, because I follow you guys on Twitter too. I think it's Get By NWI.
yes, Get
Yeah.
By
I think
NWI on Twitter and Instagram, and then I think it's just Get By on Facebook. But
It might be Get By NWI too. I'm not
something.
100%
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Everywhere, Larry says. Get By NWI everywhere. So,
Way to go, Larry.
Larry, coming in at the clutch, buddy.
and
Yeah.
make sure check us out on Spotify too. You can get it. You can download if you're on Spotify. Find us. You can download our music there. So
Okay. Well, thanks for coming back, guys.
thanks for
And,
having us
uh,
again.
Thanks
We'll
for having us,
we'll definitely do this again.
Absolutely.
And if I'm gonna be going to that show, I'm definitely gonna hit you up for tickets. So,
Appreciate it, man.
Sweet deal.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank
You guys have a safe drive home.
All right,
Thanks.
man.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to Pop Punk and Pizza. I'm Jacques, LaMore, your host, and please don't forget to reach out to us on our social media pages. You can find us on Facebook under Pop Punk and Pizza Podcast. Twitter is Pop Punk and Pizza Pod. Instagram is Pop Punk and Pizza Podcast. And, of course, the Bangarang Radio pages as well. You can find us on Facebook and on Twitter at Bangarang Radio. And if you want to hit me up on Twitter, I'm at On Air with JJ, and I'd love to hear from you. And if you're a band in the Chicagoland area, or maybe you're passing through on tour, love to have you come and perform on the show. Shoot me an email at bangarangradio@gmail.com. You can include some links to your music. If you have an EPK, that would be great too. It's always much appreciated. So I look forward to talking to you and possibly having you on the show. Thanks again for listening to Pop Punk and Pizza, and we'll be back next week.
Hey, hello, it's nice to meet ya. Hey, come in and have a slice of pizza. Hey, hello, it's nice to meet ya. Hey, come in and have a slice of pizza.